OK, let's get more on the breaking news that Neil Adams has resigned as the manager of Norwich City with immediate effect. We can speak to Darren Eadie, who joins us now. Good afternoon to you, Darren. Thanks for joining us. First of all, what's your reaction to the news?
I'm surprised he's resigned, I guess, but I'm not surprised that something's happened over this period just before, as the transfer window has just opened. So I'm not surprised to see a change, but a little surprised to see he's resigned.
The club, though, Darren, are potentially just a win away from reaching the playoff positions once again. You've said you're not surprised, but, you know, did you not expect him to maybe stick around a bit longer?
Well, I think it's built up over a period of time. It's not just happened. You know, I think that there's still a hangover from getting relegated in the Premier League last season, and he took over 5 games of that. I think there was still a shadow hanging over him, and people thinking, was he the right man? So he's under enormous pressure right from the start. And I think for me, it's, you know, in my opinion, it was a funny appointment to make. I still believe Neil Adams can go on and be a good manager. I think he's proven that at youth team level, certainly. He can be tactically astute at that level. But it was a big ask to come straight into that position when the team has just been relegated from the Premier League with the squad it has and the pressure that was put on him to say, we've got to get automatic promotion. And it's very difficult for him to learn on the job. And that's the point, you know, it was for him. He'd never managed an adult team before. To go into that situation under that pressure and told we need promotion at the first attempt, it was a huge thing on his shoulders. And I think perhaps if he's resigned, then obviously he feels as if he's not capable of doing that at the moment. And, you know, you have to ask questions, why was that appointed in the first place? Why was he given the opportunity when he didn't have that experience at such an important time? Because I don't blame Neil Adams at all. I think if you get off the job, of course you're going to take it. But, you know, it's certainly in the position Norwich are in and how much focus they're putting on automatic promotion. I don't think it was the right time to put someone in without any experience and hopefully for him to learn on the job.
Mike Phelan, what we know, is in temporary charge. Do you feel that he could be the man to take over full-time? Well,
who knows? I mean, I'm sure he's going to throw his hat into the ring, I'm sure. I'm sure he's got managerial credentials that he wants to be a manager first and foremost in the future. And obviously his opportunity's come a little bit earlier than expected. But I think he's certainly got the experience from his time under Manchester United, and every single Norwich fan and myself hopes that he has got that ability. But, you know, I think most Norwich fans would like to see maybe someone come in, whether it's Mick that carries on or Mike Phelan that carries on, or if it's somebody else that comes in who's got a bit of experience at this level, because it's vital. We can see that from the teams that are doing well in the Championship, that experience counts, and that's something we're desperate for at the moment.
The problem is that, as you've already sort of alerted us to it, the January window has just opened. There's a short period in which a manager can bring in new players, so they've got to act fast, haven't they? Absolutely, and the managers aren't there that were there a few weeks ago. You know, we talked about players there was managers available, and Steve Clarke and Neil Lennon, their options a while back, but they're not there so much now. I mean, you still got people like Tim Sherwood, who obviously has a Norwich past. It has proven that at Tottenham he can do a decent job. You know, is he someone to bring in and give him the control? But you're right, it's a difficult time unless they've already have someone lined up, which if managers resigned, you wouldn't expect they have. So you would expect it, he might feel him to come in. And hopefully he's already got that experience and contacts that he can bring in maybe the type of player he wants. But it's about, for me, it's just you know, the character on the side. I think you can see from any team that does well in the Championship, they have a strong character on the sidelines in their managers, know how to work the system, know how to work their players and eke out those extra little points that they need throughout those difficult times of the season. And unfortunately, Neil, he didn't have that experience, but hopefully, you know, either Mike or someone who comes in can have that. And finally, Darren, bear in mind the squad that there is already. Are you confident they can still at least reach the playoffs, if not promotion?
Well, absolutely. I don't think anybody would disagree, and I'd probably be, you know, probably a few people would say you're arrogant in saying, but I wouldn't take anybody else's squad over Norwich's at the moment. I still think they've got a wonderful squad that is creative and has proven players at that sort of level to get into the Premier League. So I don't think there's much they need to change. It's just a case of focusing their head right for every single match they go into. There's a lot of games in the Championship, and somebody who's experienced and knows that knowledge is certainly what they need at the minute.
OK. Well, Darren Eadie, we appreciate your thoughts. Thank you.
My pleasure.